All right, everybody, we're live. It's the daily content of the Working Fans podcast. We're going to talk a little wrestling. But first, check out this video. Are you a fan of pro wrestling, comedy, and combat sports? Then we have the podcast for you because we cover that and much, much more.
Do you like to debate with your friends? Do we have the perfect segment for you? It's the 531, where we take any given subject, break it down to a top 5. From there, we debate it down to 3, and then into that number 1 spot.
If you want to get a hold of us, find us on our social medias. Search Working Fans Podcast on any major social media platform. And if you want to find the podcast, search for us on any major podcast platform, as well as YouTube.
Working Fans Podcast. We put in the work so you don't have to.
All right, everybody, how we doing today? So let's talk a little wrestling. I thought, looking at some notes here, I did not watch Monday Night Raw last night, but I saw some interesting things happened. First off, I saw Finn Balor became the new U.S. champ, defeated Damian Priest. Finn had kind of been not really been on TV too much lately, and I hadn't seen him with a big win or anything, so that was kind of surprising to me, especially considering Damian Priest seems like a guy they've been protecting. But I'm happy. Finn is really probably one of the more underrated guys in that company. Like, he's somebody I'd really like to see them get behind and push. Priest as a full-fledged heel instead of a tweener could be interesting. I mean, if you think about it, they really got behind this guy and really pushed him, and he started dominating people. Maybe somebody like him versus Brock Lesnar. I mean, he could be built properly. It would be interesting. Also, Edge became a heel last night, a full-fledged heel, taking on AJ Styles. It was interesting because it's been a while since AJ, I think, has been a full-fledged babyface, and Edge hasn't really been a full-fledged heel. He was a little heelish in that triple threat match with Mania last year with Danielson and Roman. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. This should be a great match. These two are two of the best of all time. I mean, AJ Styles, Ring of Honor, TNA Impact, New Japan Pro Wrestling, WWE now. Like, he's just been a star wherever he goes. And Edge, he's one of the all-time greats. I don't have it in front of me. It was like an 11-time world champion, 10 times. Like, he's Wrestlemania main event with The Undertaker. Like, the guy's done it all. So pretty excited to see that those two are going to be facing each other. Also, I saw that Tommaso Ciampa got a win over Bobby Roode, and they're integrating a little more NXT into Monday Night Raw, which is a good thing. I think, hey, let's get some NXT into Raw. Not often I get to talk about usually I'm dominating conversation with AEW, but I thought we'd do a little WWE because we talked AEW yesterday, and I know I'm super excited for Dynamite tomorrow and Revolution this weekend. Like I said yesterday, it's going to be a banger show, but yeah, just some wrestling on tonight. NXT is going to have Braun Breaker and Tommaso Ciampa versus Ziggler and Rude, the Dirty Dogs. I like Ziggler and Rude. I think they're an underrated team, someone they could get behind and push a little further. Breaker, Rick Steiner's son, obviously he's going to be a star player. Ciampa is like one of the gold standards of NXT. Should be a fun little match. Carmelo Hayes, he's been killing it. Former Christian Casanova on the indie circuit. This guy's been great in WWE. He's taking on Pete Dunne tonight, defending the North American title. Again, that should be pretty good. And Gunther, formerly Walter, taking on Solo Sikoa. This should be a banger. Sikoa is a physical guy, and when we're talking about physical in-ring performers, I don't know if you get any more physical than Walter. That should be pretty good as well. I think they might have some women's Dusty Rhodes Classics tonight. We'll take a look and see how that goes. Also, NWA, for those that have Fight TV and you're subscribed to NWA, they do have a show tonight. It'll be on their YouTube Friday, but I just looked it up here. They got Bradbury and the Wrecking Ball Lebersky of the Fixers take on Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. Mike Knox is against Pope. And Chris Adonis, the Masterpiece, puts his NWA national title on the line against Anthony Mayweather, who you probably know as Crimson from TNA Impact as well. That should be a good one as well. Crimson's a guy. Mayweather's a guy. I'm really surprised he hasn't gone farther in the business because he's another guy that just looks like a star. Big, tall guy, muscular, got a look, and he can move in the ring and go. Should be a good match. NWA is always killing it. I personally love the storylines that they have. I just tweeted out yesterday on the Working Fans Twitter and the Facebook page the latest 10 pounds of gold series they did with Cardona versus Aldis in preparation of this. I love these 10 pounds of gold. They're almost like HBO Real Sports kind of thing, like like the old big boxing events. They give a nice background to it. It looks legitimate. It looks real, and they have so much like historical footage. Sometimes, like in this one, they pull from where you're seeing guys like Ric Flair, Harley Race, and yeah, big fan of that. I'm going to be here later today, guys, with Cheva Rooney. We're going to be talking combat sports. Not sure what time we're going on. Chevy's got work, so we're hoping to be on between 7:30, and we'll be talking about this week's coming Saturday's coming fight night card, and maybe a little upcoming pay-per-view, and then I don't know, maybe we'll know a little more about everything going on with Cain Velasquez. We might bring that up a little bit. Not a lot of information currently going on that, but yeah. Should be interesting. I also other news too. I might talk about this with AJ a little more later in the week, Friday, but apparently Brian Cage has been re-signed by AEW, which is very interesting because he's nobody I've seen them use at all. And AEW is pretty good about using people. The few people they haven't used, like we know, they're probably not going to get re-signed. It's a big talented roster. So I was very interested to see Brian Cage got signed. Eric Bischoff, I was listening to him today on 83 Weeks, and he has this theory that he thinks there's the timing of Cody leaving, that maybe that they wanted to re-sign Brian because they didn't want to have people appear like everybody was leaving. And I don't know. I don't know if that's it or not, but it was interesting. I was surprised to see Brian Cage get re-signed. But Brian Cage, big talented guy. Maybe there's a chance we'll see him in some upcoming storylines. Maybe he'll be in that face of the ladder match this weekend. I mean, there is a qualifier match this Wednesday that I don't think's been announced yet. So I know I'd love, and a lot of other people would love it was Cesaro, but who knows? I won't get my hopes up about that. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. Just a little quick checking in, talking some wrestling, NWA, WWE, AEW, a lot of stuff out there going on right now. So check out all your wrestling. But in the meantime, check it out later tonight if you want to hear us talking some MMA with Cheva Rooney on the Working Fans Combat Cast. And I'll be back sometime tomorrow. As always, guys, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you.